Test one. Testing.
Test one.
There you go.
Test one. Testing. Test one. There you go. Test one.
Maybe it's the other one.
Testing. Test one. Test one. Maybe it's the other one. Testing. Test one. Test one. Maybe it's the other one. Testing.
Test.
That's a reverb.
Test.
Is it better? Y'all going?
Still hear that noise?
It still got that noise?
No, that's you. That's it. Pick up on the mic.
All right, how about now? Let me know if it's good now. Is it clear? I want to know if it's clear. Is it clear? So it's clear. All right, cool. All right, clap it up. Let's go. Do it again. It's a Thursday scripture breakdown. Cap Gadar. Y'all have any questions in the comment section? Y'all can drop y'all questions in the comment section. We're going to go over a few things today. I got a couple of questions I got to answer from brothers that asked me this week. And any questions in the room, I'll take now. Yeah, drop your question in the comment section as well. Go ahead.
First Jude, 1:6.
First.
I have another question on the quickest way to cut people that say, Christians that say you can't judge.
Can the mic hear him? Probably have to come up here and ask these questions. Right?
I had a question on Jude 1:6
Mm-hmm.
about the angels being cast down to earth.
And then your quickest what?
It's like this right here. What's the quickest way to cut people when they say you can't judge them?
You can't judge them.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Let's do the first one. Jude 1:6. Because your question is again what? That they said the Christians say that Satan is cast down to hell.
War in heaven.
Yeah.
Ideology.
I got you. Okay.
I know how to cut that.
This is where they get it from. Jude 1:6. Let's go.
The book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
The angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
Perfect. So now the angels who have left their what?
A habitation.
Now, if you go look this up, what is this written in? The New Testament, right? What's the New Testament written in? What is the New Testament written in? What language? Trooper? Greek, right? What does angels mean in Greek? If you translate it. You know what that one? Messenger or powers, right? So you can. This is not talking about actual angels where God is, right? Now we can prove that by give me the word. Give me Hebrews 2:16. Hebrews 2:16, real quick.
Hebrews chapter 2, verse 16.
For
verily he took not on him the nature of angels.
Nature of what?
The nature of angels.
Right. They didn't take on the natural way of angels. What is the natural way of angels? Go ahead.
But he took on him the seed of Abraham.
And the natural, Slakia. Go to 14.
Kind. Hebrews 2:14. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil.
Go ahead.
And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
So now let's look up the word. Where's the one I wanted in? It's not the one. That's not what I want. What is celestial and terrestrial precept?
Oh, yeah.
Give me that one. It might be in Corinthians. Yeah, give me Corinthians 15 and 40. Go there.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40. There are also celestial bodies.
Perfect. Now let's look it up. Celestial, right? Let's look it up. Celestial right here in the Bible dictionary, right? I'm going to go to page. 1 second. Read it again. Celestial what?
Con. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's like it. If I could start at 39.
Go ahead.
All flesh is not the same flesh.
All flesh is not the same flesh. Y'all understand that, right? Go ahead.
But there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
Uh-huh.
There are also celestial bodies.
What kind of bodies?
Celestial bodies.
Go ahead.
And bodies terrestrial.
Mm-hmm.
But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Right. What is the body of a celestial?
An angel.
Say it again.
An angel.
As angels, right? So now, what is the body of a terrestrial? Men, us, right? That's what they call ET, extraterrestrial, right? They call us what? If you're on Earth, you call them terrestrials. So now the body of one is not even here. You get what I'm saying? A celestial body is not built for this environment. You get what I mean? Now the Lord can do whatever he wants with an angel. I should really say, excuse me, a terrestrial body is not built for a celestial place like heaven. You get what I'm saying? So there is no way that someone can come that was once celestial be terrestrial. You understand? Right? Go ahead.
Okay, kind of, sir. If I could, there's one also I found it. It's in Revelation that Christians.
Right. Besides Christ did do that. But go ahead.
There's also there's one in Revelations that they pulled.
Hold on, no, we're not done with that one yet. We're not done with. Let's go back to Jude 1 and 6. I just want to show the bodies, the different bodies. Let's go to Jude 1 and 6.
Jude chapter 1, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, have reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto judgment of the great day. Right.
That is us, the Israelites, right? Who is under chains of who the oppressor. That's the under chains you're under. That's the oppressor. That's the bondage you're under is under your oppressor. You understand? To this very day, even though you're celebrating Independence Day, you're still under bondage. That's why it's such a thing, right? Like, what the thing about, not to get super off topic, the thing about what's goofy about celebrating Independence Day is that you're literally not independent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like black people are in a delusion to believe that they are independent because they live in an independent place ran by independent people, but they are dependent on those people. You understand? So that's why it's crazy to say that you're celebrating this or you love this holiday. Really, black people are just celebrating having a day off. And you know what I mean? Fireworks. Which is not that's very what's the word for it? It's not manly, it's immature, and it's ignorant, right? But let's go to Jude 1 and 6 again. Read that last line.
Under darkness unto judgment of the great day.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. So now, what's your question now?
The concept. My question is in Revelation, and I found it.
Go ahead.
Pull this one. Revelation 12 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
Right.
And prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven.
Right. So now, what do we know about Revelation?
It's metaphors.
It's a metaphor, but a metaphor in what?
It's like, I don't understand.
In a dream, in a vision. So none of this happened. Okay. You right? You get what I'm saying? Like none of this even happened. This is what is going to happen in a vision, and that thing is that war is talking about God's angels, right? Christ and his angels versus the white Esau, versus everyone who allies themselves with Esau. You understand? That's the war that's going to happen. But there's no war in heaven that sent Satan to the earth. You get what I'm saying? That's not true. And you they would have to prove that, because what they're saying is literally made up. You can't find that in the Bible. Even if you say Satan got cast down, I think that's in Isaiah, right? You go look at Isaiah, the 14th chapter, and talk about how he was cast down. You should pull that one. That's the one that they will go to. Isaiah 14 and 12.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
That's what you want right there. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? So now they'll say, see, he fell from heaven. What does that mean, though, Kraza? That when they ask him, how have you fallen from heaven?
How have you fallen from basically a goodly place?
Right, because heaven is a state, right? How can you fall from the top? Right, you was on top. How did you fall from heaven? Oh, Lucifer, go ahead.
Son of the morning.
Son of the what?
Morning.
Son of the morning. Go ahead.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Right. How are you cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? This is a prophecy that's going to happen to him, right? And the precept is in Obadiah, right? Go ahead.
Come. For thou hast, verse 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
And the sides of the where?
North.
Right. So now this is what you would have to remove from people's mind, Kraza. You have to, it's simple. All you have to do is take away what they say and say, that's not true. Get what I'm saying? And then just go in and read it. And then break it down as you read it. What they're saying ain't true. That's never happened. Satan works for the Most High. Don't we know that? We could go to Job. Go to Job. Is it 1 and 2 or 2 and 1?
2 and 6.
2 and 6? No sweat. How can they be at war when he goes to him for permission?
Job chapter 2, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy...
1.
2 and 1?
2 and 1.
Go ahead.
Job chapter 2 and 1.
Uh-huh.
And again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
The sons of who?
The sons of God.
Sons of who?
The sons of God.
These are the sons of God, right? Why are they the sons of God? Because God created them. Go ahead.
To present themselves before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And Satan came also among them to present himself.
Right. Go ahead.
The Lord.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it.
Go to the part where he said, "We'll put take your hedge off of him." Might be like 5 or 4. He said, "But remove your hedge and see if he was still basically be loyal to you or not curse you."
Okay, sir.
Go ahead.
5.
Go ahead.
But put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand.
He's what?
He is in thy
What did the
hand.
Lord just do?
He gave him permission.
He gave him permission. That's what you want to prove to the Christian, that Satan works for him. Even if you go to Chronicles, right? Chronicles, what's the one? What's the cat name, brother? When that one, he went to, they had he had to go tell the king, the king had to die, right? And the Satan had to go to the Most High and be a lying spirit.
Oh, count.
You know what I'm talking about? Like Chronicles 18 and 18. Try that one. This is just another example of what you can use as well. This to show who he works for. To show that they're never at war. They're actually in cahoots. You get what I'm saying? Like Satan literally works for the Most High. He is an excellent servant of the Most High. He's an evil angel. You get what I'm saying? And if you want to get to your other question, right? Let's get 1 Corinthians 6 and 2. Your question is, how can you cut someone and tell them that you can't judge them, right?
Yeah, the quickest way.
Right, the quickest way.
1 Corinthians, which one? 6 and 2?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Now, just hold it real quick. Is it 18:18?
No, I got it in 1 Kings, sir.
Is it? Oh, it might be 1 Kings then. Let me see.
1 Kings 22 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? or you want me to start up a little bit?
Yes.
1 Kings 22 and 20. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?
That's the one.
And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner.
Where are you at?
1 Kings 22, verse 20.
1 Kings 22, verse 20.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Okay, go ahead.
And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit.
I'll be a what?
Lying spirit.
So now I'll paint you the picture. Now they're in heaven, right? And in this council, this king has to die. What's the king's name again? Ahab, right?
Right.
And he's in a city called what? Ramoth
Gilead.
Ramoth Gilead, right? This king has to fall. This is a cat that was married to, what's her name? Jezebel, right? So he goes. This is the picture is he has to die. Remember, because the Hamite, right? She's a Hamite.
Right.
She made her son about to be the heir to the king, right? He's a heathen. Is he a heathen?
Right.
He's a heathen, right? So he's a heathen, and there's a whole bunch of evilness and wickedness she's doing, right? So he goes, man, this cat got to die. Now in heaven, right? In heaven, where only celestial bodies can go, right? They have a big council about how this cat's gonna die. So imagine how this same thing happens when the Lord wants to put somebody down. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
This same counsel happens when the Lord, like, how is this cat gonna die? How are we gonna put this cat to death? And the Satan comes up and he shows them, he tells them what type of spirit he's gonna do to be able to kill this cat. Right. So now before that, other angels went up. And what happened? The Lord said, nah, I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it this way. And then Satan comes up and he chooses his way to do it. And Satan goes down to earth and puts the spirit on the cat. And they tell him what had happened. If you go to that story, right? He goes to a fake prophet, right?
Right.
He goes to a fake prophet. He goes to that fake prophet and they listen to the fake prophet and they end up dying. Y'all understand?
Right.
So just want to put that out there. All right. Let's get back to your Jude 1:6. Quaz, are you ready?
I had a question.
Huh?
I had a question too.
Okay, go ahead. It's unrelated.
Go
ahead.
When we read Job 2 and 1, where it talks about the sons of God,
Right.
because those are the angels, right?
What part?
Where it says the sons of God presented themselves before the Lord.
Yes.
And Satan.
Mm-hmm.
So in Hebrews, where it says, like if someone tried to say, oh, that's not talking about the angels. Where it says in Hebrews 1:5, for unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Oh, okay, I think I get it already.
You
so
ready?
It's just saying, like, it's not that an angel can't be a creation of the Most High or a son of God. It's just saying that no angel fulfilled that specific phrase.
Okay, yeah, like just take it, make it easier.
Okay.
If you look at Command Jenny YAHANNA, who is he to you?
A father.
There you go. He created you.
Right.
So you look at these cats like the angels will look at him like a father, like he's just their father. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
There are soldiers in his army.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Wouldn't you would look at him like a father too? Let's do it simple like that because that's the spirit that we're in all the time. Go ahead.
So what did Paul mean by that though?
Read it.
From Hebrews 1:5. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son.
Mm-hmm. That you're just under me. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna teach you. This is an angel speaking, right?
Paul.
This is Paul speaking about what?
About Christ, about how Christ is over the angels.
There you go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now they why would they misunderstand that?
Of the son part.
Yeah, but why would they misunderstand it though? Who is he teaching this to?
Who's Paul teaching it to?
Yeah.
To Israelite foreigners.
Right. So like why would they misunderstand that though?
Why would
It's the same reason you misunderstand it.
Right.
But what's the reason why you misunderstand it? It's just you just can't wrap your mind around Christ being over angels when he was in the flesh. That's all.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That's all. So if you go read it, when you go read it, read about him in the Old Testament, then you'll be like, oh, which they were reading. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. All right. So let's go to 1 Corinthians 6:2. You all right? Y'all come on? Try to get some air? Nah, no sweat. No sweat. 1 Corinthians 6:2 for your next question. Are you good on that though, Krasa?
Come on, sir.
All right.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2.
You can sit up front and just until somebody come to the door. I like back there though.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2.
Uh-huh. Now your question again. Say your question again.
The quickest way to cut somebody that says you can't judge them.
Mm-hmm.
1 Corinthians 6:2.
Wait. So who can judge him?
You know, they say like, what was they talking? Only God can judge me.
So that's what I'm saying. So someone can judge him though. Okay, so like when they go in court and for a traffic ticket, can they be judged or no? That's what I'm saying, right? So they can be judged then, right? Do you go around judging people? I don't think anyone gets judged. Because judge, if you're getting judged for something, what happens to you?
There's a consequence for the crime you commit.
There's a sentencing that comes with judgment. So you're not even judging anybody. You get judged in the school when they counsel, or you're gonna get judged. There's gonna be a judgment at the end of that counsel, but they're not in the counsel. Ain't nobody judging them. You get what I'm saying? But now let's read 1 Corinthians 6:2. This is a judgment. This is what they said about judgment, right? Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2. Do ye know not that the saints shall judge the world?
One more time.
Do ye know not that the saints shall judge the world?
Who are the saints?
Israelites.
What kind of Israelite? A repentant Israelite is a saint. So the Lord said, don't you know that the saints shall judge the world? Go ahead. Maybe what's 1 say? What does verse 1 say?
Dare any of you having a matter against another?
Right. So now if you have a matter against somebody, right? You got a problem with me. Now we're going to take it to a council. Go ahead.
Go to the law before the unjust.
Right. You go to the law before the unjust. Go ahead. Meaning what? What does that mean? You go to the law before the unjust.
You call the cops?
Yeah. You go to the law before the unjust. That's what you're doing, right? You want to get your problem fixed, right? So you want to go to the law before the unjust. Go ahead.
And not before the saints?
Uh-huh. And not before the who?
And not before the saints?
What's that mean?
Well, it's like, I guess it's a question. So he's saying like basically like you'd rather go to the law, which I would say like Esau.
Yes.
Not to.
Yes. You had to talk to the police. We can handle your problem right here. We might tell you after this council that you got to turn yourself in. You get what I'm saying? But it's better that you come here. It's better to fall into the hands of man than the hands of the Lord. You get what I'm saying? That's how you always want to look at it. Because the men that work for the Lord, it's better to fall into their hands. You understand? I would always say that to a brother. Like, if you're going to get a counsel, go to have the generals check you. You want to get checked by life, which is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, though.
Verse 2. Do ye know not that the saints shall judge the world?
So now we get to the point. Do you know not that the saints shall judge the world? If you go look at the book of Judges, the judges were set up from that time, Israelite judges to judge the people. Right? Go ahead.
And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
So are we unworthy to judge the smallest matters if we can judge the world? So yeah, we can judge you. But the point is, to your question, no one's judging this person that you're talking about. You could do whatever you please, right? You could do whatever you want. You come into the school in the U.P.K. now and you go to a council, now you're putting yourself up for judgment. We get judged. You understand? Go ahead.
So what would you call like what I'm like? Okay, if I tell somebody, is it what would you call it? Is it correction? Give me correction. Because they're feeling judged by me telling them.
Give me an example.
Okay, like I'll say, you can't eat pork.
Right.
Like, the Lord is against that. This, that, and the third. The Lord, it's a sin against God.
Okay, that's the smallest matter. All right, and they say, don't judge me.
Yeah, they'll say something like that.
Don't judge me for eating this pork.
Right.
I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you what to. I'm telling you can't. That's not judging. Are you slapping them for eating the pork? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ate the pork and you slap them in the face. Like, you didn't judge them. You just told them what to do and what not to do. That's not judgment. You get what I'm saying? That's a suggestion. You get what I mean? Right. And you just telling them, hey, you probably shouldn't have smoked cigarettes. That be getting cancer. Like, don't judge me. Like, that's not a judgment. People get cancer from smoking cigarettes. Go ahead.
I told him. I said basically, I was like, I'm not gonna judge you. I can't. I said I said I can't judge you, but the Lord would. That's what I told the person. Like, I'm not judging you, but the Lord would.
Right. Now, so let's say I ate pork in an I.S.U.P.K. and someone see me eat pork, and then you take me to a council because I ate pork, and I said, and I said, no, I didn't. You get what I'm saying? And then it comes in the council that I did eat pork. I will be judged for eating pork. You get what I mean? That's a judgment. That's what people are technical because they don't like to be told what to do. Because feeling persecuted by someone who they know is telling the truth makes them say that because they have demons. So the best thing to say is, don't tell me about myself. You get what I'm saying? What they're saying is, I know what I'm doing is wrong. That's essentially what they're saying. But don't tell me what I'm doing is wrong. Who are you to tell me I'm wrong? I know I'm wrong. You get what I'm saying? I just wouldn't care. You understand? Your presence alone says don't eat pork. You feel me? Like your presence alone says don't smoke, don't rob, don't steal, don't kill. They know who you are. Now, when you're on the streets, then you got to teach. But when you go around your family, they know exactly what to do. I wouldn't even say nothing. Go ahead. Kill yourself. I told you this already. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you will pull on them is that 1 Corinthians 6:2. All right. Any other questions? Solid.
Sorry, so I do have a question.
Go ahead.
In Isaiah 14:12, where it says Lucifer, art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know it's talking about Esau, right?
Uh-huh.
But how do I explain that? Like, it's not literally Satan. I know it's Esau falling from power, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but Lucifer, why does it say Lucifer and not Esau? Like, what is the why of all words the word Lucifer?
Let's look it up, right? Let's look up Lucifer. And give me Psalm 78 and 49.
Psalm 78. Psalm chapter 78, verse 49.
Uh-huh.
He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
Right. He's saying evil angels among them, right? So now if you look at the word Satan, right? Satan is what? A spirit, right? That's who that is, right? The white man is the devil. The white man is the devil, right? Satan is who, how you say this? Let me see. Satan uses Esau as his physical counterpart, right? Why would he use him?
Because why would he use Esau?
Yeah.
Because Esau is the wicked.
Yeah, Esau. No. Why would he use? Yes, he is the wicked. But more importantly, he has the most power over us. You know what I mean? That's why we look at him the way we do when it comes to our trials and stuff, because of what he does to you specifically. So now if you go look at the word Lucifer, you could look at the word Lucifer. let's take Lucifer real quick. You got Lucifer, right?
I got it in the Hebrew. You want the Hebrew?
Yes, give me that.
Okay, so Lucifer means light bearer.
Means what?
Light bearer.
Light bearer, go ahead.
Shining one, morning star, Lucifer.
Shining one or morning star, right? That's what it is, right? And you go to, so now I go to Isaiah 14 and 12 again.
Isaiah 14 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Son of the what?
Morning.
Right. So now look up Satan, Shatan. Go ahead.
But as you go on the definitions, it'll say of the king of Babylon and Satan.
The king of Babylon
and Satan.
And Satan, right? Perfect, right? So all those, so Lucifer and Satan is what?
One and the same?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
The same thing.
Okay.
So when you read Lucifer, you read Satan.
Okay.
That's it. And you read Satan, you read Lucifer. Now the origins of why it's Lucifer, we had to go out and ask for that.
So is that, if I could, sir, that's not, you know how the archangel Michael has a name.
Yeah.
Gabriel has a name.
Mm-hmm.
Archangel or angel Raphael has, like, is Lucifer Satan's name?
Yes.
Okay.
That's his name.
And then he's just saying Satan.
Right. Right. So now if I look real quick, if you look up Lucifer in the Bible dictionary, this is page 494. Lucifer, it says see Satan, devil. So same thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when we look at Lucifer in the Hebrew, it's all these things: light bearer, son of the morning, Satan. What was the other one? King of Babylon. What was the king of Babylon? Anybody know? Go ahead. Huh? Yeah, he was Nebuchadnezzar, but why would they call him that?
Why would they call him light bearer?
Why would they call him Satan? Would you look up Lucifer? Go ahead.
Because he has the spirit, sir?
That's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? You ever heard of black devils? Same thing. You know what I mean? You got this spirit of, like, you seen Stephen A. Smith? What Stephen A. Smith said? Anybody seen that? You seen that, right? What am I talking about?
You're talking about when he was what was he talking about?
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Right. He said O.J. Simpson shouldn't have been honored at the BET Awards. That's a black devil. That's a person who loves white people. O.J. Simpson is not guilty of his crimes that he committed. The murder? You get what I'm saying? He wouldn't have been guilty of that. And then on top of that, there was a new developing story about who actually might have did it, and it was a white man who killed 4 blondes that same year, I believe. You get what I'm saying? So, like, for him to say that he is a black devil. You know what I'm saying? He carries give me the precept. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on, John 8:44. Let's go. But to finish your question though, type of one, that's all. They're one and the same. When you read Lucifer, it's Satan. All right. Well, you can look up the word Lucifer in the Bible dictionary. It says see Satan. If you look up the word Lucifer in the Hebrew, it says those things that the brother just said, which at the end ultimately said Satan. All right. You got that out? John 8:44.
Okay, sir.
Go ahead. Out.
The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44.
Mm-hmm.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Who was Christ talking to when he said that? Keep reading.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Who was Christ talking to when he said that? Karasa? Who are what?
Israelites.
Black. You get what I'm saying? Same thing. All right. Good to go? Any other questions? Go ahead.
Like, sir, how would you define son of the morning?
Satan. Son of the morning. Like, when you see, just think about the metaphors. Go ahead, Commodore.
So like I said, but I believe there's a scripture that references Christ as the son of the morning too. What would be the difference?
Look up morning. Is it spelled the same?
I think it's morning star.
Morning star. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I think it is morning star.
Christ, right? Morning star.
Okay.
Yeah, Christ is morning star. Son of the morning is like this. What is the metaphor behind son of the morning? Kraza. Yeah, why is he called the son of the morning? Remember, this is all the reason why you get called a son of the morning is not because you're actually a son of the morning. It's always a metaphor behind it. Yeah.
Because he shines bright.
He shines bright. That's it. You understand? He shines bright. Why does he shine? Because of his power in the world. You get what I mean? Go ahead.
Because the sun is at its brightest. like at sunrise?
Yeah. They call you
Morning?
in New York, what they say? I call you son because you shine like one. That's a New York saying, I think, right? But that's the metaphor. I call you son because you shine like one. Go ahead.
So what's the metaphor to morning star?
To morning star for Christ?
Because Christ is called the son of the morning.
The son of he.
Lucifer is called
Wait. Who's called morning? Who's called morning? What?
Lucifer, I believe, is called morning star.
Okay, go ahead.
Christ is called son of the morning. Son
of the morning. You gotta look. Give me the precept real quick. And Christ did not call himself that, right?
Okay.
People called him that. Okay. Let me hear what else they called him. They called him excellent counselor. They called him there's a few things. That's in Isaiah 66 chapter, right? What you got, that one?
Revelation 22:16.
Go ahead.
I, Yahawashi, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches.
Mm-hmm.
I am the root and the offspring of David.
Go ahead.
And the bright and morning star.
The bright and the morning star, right? So if you're the bright and the morning star, morning, perfect. And if you go look at what Esau was he morning, mouring? The same thing. Okay. Why would they call Christ that bright and morning star? It's definitely a name for him. Go ahead.
Isn't that because he's the man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to put it together like as like a name you would give him, but I need Isaiah 66 to back me up. If you can get to Isaiah 66, this was a prophecy of what they would call Christ. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, when he came to earth, right? Because remember, in the Old Testament, this is talking about the coming of Christ, the coming of Christ, and what he will be. If I think it's Isaiah 66 chapter. You got it?
You want Numbers 24:17?
That's another one. Morning.
It's talking about store.
That's good. Keep that one. But can you give me the one in Isaiah? Y'all know what I'm talking about or no?
What in Isaiah?
Yeah, it's a whole thing about him. It should be he should be called this
Isaiah
and that.
9:6.
Isaiah 9:6. All right. You can read yours now. All right?
You want to mine?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Numbers 24:17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob.
Oh, what kind of? A what?
A star.
Right. Perfect. So now that star means now it brings me all together for real. The water. I appreciate it. Star meaning what?
Someone famous.
There you go. That's it. That's it. There should be a star that comes out of Jacob. That's like it says Jacob, right? A star that comes out of Jacob, and that star is going to be Christ. It's like you look at your son, like I look at my son, like he's gonna be a star. You get what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be a star. Go ahead, Krasa.
So is that why that's why he's like telling the people like,
yeah, I am the bright and morning star. I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Remember that star y'all was talking about? That was talking about me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Give me more then.
A star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth.
Perfect. Any more?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Click on this.
Y'all get the point. Don't worry about it. We got it. All right. Any more? Where we at? Isaiah 96. Read that for me.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Perfect.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with judgment from henceforth even forever.
Solid. The water. Good to go. All right. Was that it on that question? Why would they call him that? You good, Thapmore?
Okay.
Any other questions? That was your question, right? Not Zach? Salaki. Yeah, Salaki. Any other questions? Good to go? All right, let me answer these questions real quick. All right. Let me get hold on one second. Let me get Matthew 25 and 14.
14, sir?
Mm-hmm.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods.
Go ahead.
And unto one.
This 15.
Time.
Okay, read from the top one more time.
Verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country,
Mm-hmm.
who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods.
Right. So now the metaphor behind this, right? If you read this, this is Christ, right? This is in red.
Okay.
Christ is talking to the disciples and telling them what the kingdom of heaven is like. He's telling them, and this is how the kingdom of heaven is going to be. I'm going to be traveling through, right? Traveling through, and I call my servants, and you're going to get here, and I'm going to give you these goods. I'm going to give you this game. I'm going to give you this what to do, right? I'm going to give you all these things, and I'm going to realize what abilities each and every one of brother has, right? Keep going.
Verse 15. And unto one he gave 5 talents.
Right. Unto one he gave 5 talents, right? Go ahead.
To another 2.
What is these talents? Anybody know what the talent is? Go ahead. Money. Exactly. He gave them money. He gave one 5. He got another one 2. Go ahead.
And to another 1.
And to another 1. Go ahead.
To every man according to his several ability.
And to every man according to his abilities. What you do in here is what you're going to get. You understand?
Okay.
The talents you get is what the money you're going to earn in here. The work you're going to be given. You know what I'm saying? The praise you're going to be given is because of what you put in. So what you put in is what you're going to get out. You understand?
Okay.
Whether it's by rank or reputation. You understand that, right?
Gotcha.
So that was it on that. Any more on that? 15?
Gotcha.
Go ahead. Keep reading.
And straightway took his journey.
Okay, perfect. So I hope I answered that brother's question. Give me Revelations 14 and 3. That's another question I had. Shalom, sir. If I get a breakdown, Ezekiel 9 and 1 through 8. 9 and 1 through 8. That's kind of long, right? 9 and 1 through 8. Someone give me Ezekiel 9 and 1. Quadas, can you be Ezekiel 9 and 1? Who got Revelations 14 and 3?
I got it, sir.
Lahab, go ahead. Oh, Yaakon, you got it? Go ahead. Y'all gonna read it for me.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 3.
Salakia 14 and 3.
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pick it up, sir?
No, he got it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 3.
Go ahead.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
Perfect. Stop right there. They learned the song, right? Read it from the top one more time.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000. Right.
So they like, remember in the Bible, right? A harp in the Bible is a guitar. So when you ever seen people in movies try to depict something in the past, like some biblical or even ancient, and they're working on a harp. That harp is literally a guitar. That's not a harp. You get what I'm saying? Remember we had that harp at the Passover? Right. Now, if you translate it, it's really a guitar or a lyre. A lyre is a guitar too, right? So now the song that these brothers are singing is what? That one.
The truth.
The truth, right? Go ahead. Perfect. Go ahead.
Which were redeemed from the earth. Verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women.
Right. These are they that were not defiled with women. Go ahead.
For they are virgins.
They are what?
They are virgins.
They are what?
They are virgins.
Perfect. Right. So now, of course, the Christian church says you can't have sex with, or not Christian. The Catholic says you can't have sex because you're going to be defiled with women. That's not what that means. What does the defile of women mean? Not Zach.
So is that like other cultural idolatries?
Other religions, right? You wasn't defiled by other religions, right? We all were in other religions. I don't want to say defiled. That would pause. Like you all were in other religions, though, right? So you was all in these other religions, and when you was in these other religions, you died to that belief, and you were born again. You understand? When you were born again, the Lord seen something in you. He said, I want that man to come in here and try to be one of the 144,000 as a priest, right? So you came in here and you fought that off and you sang the new song. You understand? That new song was the truth. That new song is your rhythm, right? How you are now. You didn't sing that old song, right? You sang the new song, right? So now, where was we at? The defile women. So you got to be careful because they're going to say it's about sex. They're going to say you can't have sex with women. No, that's not what they're saying. That women are the whores, the other religions. You understand? That's what that is. The other religions. That's why we say don't be open-minded, be closed-minded. And what do we mean by that? Are we saying don't be open to, new foods and stuff? Some brothers don't like eating deer or lamb, whatever. They don't really like that thing. Maybe it's all be minded to the food. But we're saying that. But be closed-minded to what you believe in. You get what I'm saying? I get so irritated when I hear someone, well, it's what they believe, and I'm gonna respect what they believe, and I'm gonna respect what they believe, and we can all come together. We cannot come together. That's not what the Lord is about. The Lord is not about coming together. It's about warfare. It's get down or lay down. You understand that, right? Hold on, Commodore. I got you. Keep reading.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Wait, hold on. We get to that virgin part. Read that virgin part again.
Verse 4. Mm-hmm. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
Right. They are what?
They are virgins.
What is a virgin? Pure, right? You have not fornicated with other gods. You understand? Y'all understand that biblically, right? Right. You have not got down with other gods. You didn't believe in their philosophies. The same thing with the religion. You didn't believe in that. You didn't mingle with that. You stood tall. You know what I'm saying? Give me that one in a pocket for Tawan. The man who stood so stiffly, right? Come out. Give me your question.
Because sir, so my question was on the women, like, why? Because the Lord calls us adulterers.
Yes.
Right? You go and you lay down if you accept like other ideologies, other gods, right? But is there a scripture that refers to other gods as a woman?
Yes, there's plenty of them.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
To clarify the woman part.
Yes, there is. I got an idol worship breakdown, right? Hold on one second. It's an idol worship breakdown. You got one? You got one up? Do you have one?
I got stood so stiffly.
Okay, hold on. 1 second there. 1 second. Give me 1 second to find that for you. That calls the other gods of females, basically, right? Because it says they defiled themselves, right? Right. Okay, let me get I got you. Give me I got a few of them.
I got one, sir.
What you got?
Jeremiah 3.
Jeremiah 3. That's the is that 3 and 1?
Right.
The pollution. Is that one?
Right.
Okay, that's a good one. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. And also let me get second. It's a few I got right here. I don't know if this is specifically saying that though. Let's just read them. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. And let me get Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. Let me get those two real quick.
I got those. So Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27.
Let's go with 12 first and then go to 27.
12. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12.
Go ahead.
For the diversing of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Okay, that's damn near on point, right? You can use that. You can use that one. Let's read it again.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
I would use that. That's on your topic, right? A spiritual fornication, but you want where it says gods are whores.
Not literally gods are whores, but that can tie the woman part in.
Then that's one. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, in Revelation 14, the virgin, like we're the woman,
right?
And the other guys in their ideology are other lovers, like other men.
That's you excellent. That brought me to this point too. He said that then he called a daughter of Babylon a whore.
Right.
That's another one you could use too in the Revelations. So let's get 27 real quick. So you got 12. Use 12.
Con.
And someone give me Habakkuk 2 and 18. And then someone give me no, Daniel's is too long. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 1. So someone give me Habakkuk 2 and 18. And then Natazak, give me that. And then Kodash, give me Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 1. All right. And then Karatazak, give me 2 Timothy 3 and 7.
327, sir?
3, huh? Yeah, read 27. Wait, did you read it already?
Nah.
Go ahead.
I just read 12. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27.
Mhm.
For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, the end of all evil.
Okay. You just put that. I would just put that in there, but I want to get you to some knockers. Give me the one I asked for.
Come on. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
What profited the graven image that the marker thereof hath graven it?
You got a King James?
Come on.
All right, no sweat. Go ahead.
The molten image and a teacher of lies,
Mm-hmm.
that the maker of his work trusted therein, to make dumb idols.
To make what?
To make dumb idols.
Solid. I'll take that. The brother said Judges 2 and 17. The trooper, the brother from Vegas.
Nathan Bailam.
Yeah, the thumb by lum, the water. The thumb by lum. He said Judges 2 and 17. Let's try that one. That might be a one. He got one.
Judges chapter 2, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other gods.
Perfect. That's the one right there. That's the one you want to use right there. The water. I appreciate you. They went a whoring after other gods. Perfect. Right? Did I have that? I didn't add that to my one. That's a good one.
Mhm.
All right. So you good on that, Commodore?
Come on, Con.
All right, perfect. All right, let's go back to where was we at?
Second Ezra.
Second Edges, you got that? This is going to the topic of still so stiffly, right?
Come on.
This is what the Lord wants you to do. This is why them that sang that new song. This is what they did. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 2 and 42.
Mm-hmm.
I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number,
Go ahead.
and they all praised the Lord with songs.
Go ahead.
And in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature,
There was a young man, a tall young man of high stature. Go ahead.
taller than all the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And upon every one of their heads, he set crown,
He said what? Go ahead.
and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal.
Perfect. These are they that took off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. Go ahead.
If I could,
Go
so
ahead.
that was like what you said earlier. They put off the mortal, other religions, and right, the philosophies of the world.
Yeah.
I doubt.
Con.
You said how we died to those things.
Yeah, we died in those things, right? Mm-hmm.
And have confessed the name of God.
Go ahead.
Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Mm-hmm.
Then said I unto the angel,
He that received what?
palm.
What is that? What is receiving palms? Go ahead.
Receiving power.
Palms is power. Okay, it's some more specific palms. Because palms is something you should receive in private, but he's giving it to them publicly. What is palms? Go ahead.
It's basically kind of like I would say like a gift or money or
That's what it is. A gift or money. That's what it is. You're receiving these publicly for what you did privately. You get what I'm saying? Not like you held it true privately, but everything you did, everyone didn't see. You get what I'm saying? So now the Lord is crowning you for what you've done. You feel me? And everyone's seeing it. That's the point. Go ahead.
Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hand?
Uh-huh.
So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of
Stood so what?
Stiffly
Go ahead.
for the name of the Lord.
That's what the Lord is going to give you when you sing that new song. You get what I'm saying? He gonna stand. You're gonna be the one that stands so stiffly while we in here having class and all these fireworks is going off, right? That's what it's there for. When you can be out there having a good time, blowing your hand off. You know what I mean? Eating your hot dogs and burgers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Eating hot dogs and burgers is not a sin. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
But you have more integrity than that. You understand? You could have ate a hot dog and a burger today. No one would have batted an eye. But you rather not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be mad if you eat a hot dog and a burger. It's just food. It doesn't matter to us. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be damned if you had a firecracker in your hand. I said, damn, golly, that would make me. I would look at you differently. I would look at you just like you just, you halfway in the world at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you holding a firecracker. You know what I mean? You could do a firecracker tomorrow or whenever days, but today, you know what I'm saying? So imagine that. Like, think about this. If I could go off topic just a little bit, you was in the back house. You feel me? You was in the back house on someone's property. You know what I mean? Barely getting scraps, and a white man got his Declaration of Independence, and you went to work the next day. Feel me? Like you went to go pick that cotton, and you went to go, your wives went to go take care of their kids. Like you was not like that was like, if you want to look at the reality of it, that's what it was. And it's still the same today, but without living in a back house. You feel me? Yakuan.
So like this, sir, if I may, what does that say about like having leftovers like the next day from the food that was prepared today? Is that unlawful or?
Yeah. I'll pull up a preset. Give me you know what I want, Lahab? For the touching of idols. Yeah, so it's a brotherhood precept. I think it's the 8th chapter, 8 and 1 through 13. Y'all got it? This is when Paul told the brothers for the touching of idols.
8 and 1.
8 and 1. Go ahead. It's 1 through 13, right?
So it just tells me 8 and 1. Sir.
Go ahead. No sweat. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as touching things offered unto idols,
go ahead.
We know that we all have knowledge.
So now we know that we all have knowledge. You know the knowledge of the truth, meaning the knowledge that he's talking about is knowing that this thing that you're about to touch is of that God. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edify.
Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edify. What is charity in the Bible? Somebody break it down for me. Charity in the Bible is almost never giving money away. What is charity? Is brotherhood, right? Go ahead.
I was gonna say kindness.
Kindness. I think it's you right. I don't know if it's. I think it's brotherhood too. Let me get it real quick. 1 second. Charity. Charity. 1 second. Charity. Right. This is page 152. The KJV rendering of Greek. Love in places. Charity represents Latin caritas, but stands in. Hold on 1 second. Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor. You understand?
Okay.
But always a God-inspired love, which includes respect for and concern for the welfare of loved one. So now, remember this while we're talking about this breakdown. You understand? Read it from the top.
Come on. 1 Corinthians 8 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as touching things offered unto idols,
right?
We know that we all have knowledge.
We all have knowledge. Go ahead.
Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth.
Go ahead. But charity edifieth. What we just read, what charity is? Love. Brotherhood, right? That's what it is. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
A God-inspired love. Excuse me. Go ahead.
And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know. But if any man love God, the same is known of him. Verse 4. As concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols.
Right. So now he's going to give you a breakdown of what it means to eat those things that are sacrificed onto idols. Right. So like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, what other days? July 4th, whatever day that is, right? Whatever day that is the white man's holiday where they have food, right? Go ahead.
Come on. We know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other God but one. So now
that's what he's saying. We know that, right? He's saying we know there's no idols. We don't believe in God, idols and all that. There's only one God, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. For though there be that So like, for though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many.
Mm-hmm.
But to us there is but one God.
Go ahead.
The Father.
He's reiterating what he just said. Go ahead.
Of whom are all things.
Mm-hmm.
And we in him. And one Lord, Yahawashi Mashiach, by whom are all things, and we by him. Verse 7, howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge, for some with conscience of the idols unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol.
That's how they eat it in the world. They're eating barbecue because it's July 4th. Feel me? They're eating Thanksgiving because it's Thanksgiving. They believe this day. You feel me? Like there's a lot of cats that dress up like a American flag, right? Today. I seen someone say, "Oh, we continuing our Juneteenth celebration today." I said, "Damn, that's not right. That's not correct." You get what I'm saying? That's not true. You can't celebrate the two. The Juneteenth was about what happened in what year? 18 something, right? 1860 something, right? That was just them being off of slavery. That wasn't them being independent. A lot of them that was ended slavery, guess what they had to go do? When slavery was ended, what they have to go do? Anybody know? Go ahead, y'all go on.
Go back to their slave master and work.
Yeah, and work for minimum wage or for the least they can give them, which was really just a place to live where they already lived. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come on.
So that when he says that, he's talking about they eat this thing because this day. They're doing this because of their birthday. They're doing this because of this holiday. They're eating this food in respect and because of this holiday. Now, he said about you wouldn't do that because you have knowledge of this. But keep going.
Come on the bottom of verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And their conscience being weak is defiled.
And their conscience being weak is defiled, meaning they're in the world. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 8. But me commended us not to God.
Mm-hmm.
For neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse.
So now Paul's saying, listen, this food is food. We know we ain't eating it because of this holiday. We ain't eating this because it is idol. Because we're not going to be no better or no worse if we don't eat this food. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 9. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours becomes a stumbling block.
Now, this is the heavy part. This is where the brotherhood kick in. And your liberty to choose what you want to do could be a stumbling block to someone who watches you. You get what I'm saying? Someone who sees you. Keep going.
Come on. Becomes a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. For if any man see thee which hath knowledge sit at meat in the idol's temples. So like in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be embodied? So like emboldened.
So now, meaning this, if he sees you at that table, at that July 4th party, you know what I'm saying? Or at that Thanksgiving table, and you just indulging and having a good time, even though you like, yeah, this ain't nothing. I don't even believe in this, right? I don't even believe this. You like, I don't believe this. I'm here, but I don't believe it. I swear. I swear I don't believe this. Yeah, I'll take 2 hot dogs. No problem. You know what I mean? Now, there's some cat that says, yeah, he don't believe in this. And there's some people that be like, I thought that cat is the one that be wearing them more scarves and celebrating, Passover and all that. You get what I'm saying? There's 2 different people. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come on, God. Be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols.
Mm-hmm.
And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish.
Now he's going to perish because you did what you just did. The weak one. You get what I'm saying? There's a strong cat, but there's a weak one who all he needs is to see you eat a hot dog. And he's perfectly now smoking weed is justified. You get what I'm saying? Like doing anything, sleeping with white women is justified because of you, because of what you just did to him. That's what the scripture said. He's not saying it's right or wrong, but he's saying this what can happen. Go ahead, come on, Cressa. Hold on, can I finish this real quick? We right at the end. Go ahead.
At the end of verse 11,
Mm-hmm.
for whom Christ died. But when ye sin so against the brethren, and wound their weak conscience, ye sin against Christ.
Now, that's the part. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you make someone feel that way and you sin against that brother, you sin against the brother and you sin against Christ. That's what the Bible says. You get what I'm saying? That's what the Bible says. Now, I'm talking about someone who's at the table and, you know, acting like he believes when he doesn't believe. Because if you do that, you don't believe. Y'all understand that, right? If you're at the Thanksgiving table, you don't believe. There ain't nothing you can say about nothing that says you believe. You can wear an I.S.U.P.K t-shirt and a war scarf, and you're at that table, you don't believe. Right? Straight up. And no one should believe you. Right? Go ahead. Come it out. Any more?
Finish it off?
Yeah.
Come on. Verse 13. Wherefore, if me make my brother to offend, I will eat no flesh while the world standeth.
You understand that? If it make my brother to offend, I won't eat no flesh. Go ahead.
Lest I make my brother to offend.
You understand that? Unless I make him to offend the truth. You understand? That's all. So now, to answer your question, the safe side is, man, don't eat that. You get what I mean? But there is some people who will eat it, and there ain't no sin against it. Ain't no sin against it. But there is people who watch you, though. They watch everything you do, and they need you to keep being perfect so they can finally find their way in here. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would take it. All right? Everybody good? Coming out, Krasa, you got a question? You good? Answered? All right, no sweat. Solid. Any other questions? All right, good. Let's go to this. Well, I got a couple more I got to finish. Where was I at before?
So you want to finish Revelation chapter 14, verse 4?
No, we finished that. We're good on that. Okay, was it right or wrong for Abraham to have sex with Hagar? Anybody know the answer to that? Go ahead.
Right.
It was right for him to have sex with Hagar? Yeah. Live.
So I'll say it's wrong because he listened to.
Huh?
I'll say it's wrong because he listened to a woman.
Yeah, he should have never had sex with Hagar. Y'all understand that, right? Yeah, he should have never had sex with Hagar, but he did though. So when he had sex with Hagar, you know what I mean? It was the wrong thing to do because she wasn't of his kin. You understand? So he shouldn't have did that. That's why he had Ishmael, and he had to cast them out. You understand? Just like Lot was wrong for having sex with his daughters. Y'all remember that, right?
Okay.
Remember, why did Lot have sex with his daughters? Go ahead. Come on.
So I was going to ask a question on that before.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
Okay, because the scripture says that his daughters intoxicated him to have sex.
Yeah.
So like, did he have sex with them, or did they? Did they abuse him?
Brother, ain't nobody gonna believe me if I got intoxicated. If I tell the brother, you know, they got me drunk, I don't. Ain't nobody gonna believe me. No, he was wrong. He was wrong.
But I was gonna say, does the scripture just clarify that?
No, he sinned.
He sinned.
That's why he had them two babies.
Yeah, but so he was he was fully conscious, even.
No, he was not conscious. But you don't get to take back what you did because of alcohol.
Yeah, kind.
You know what I mean? Like Adam, what was Adam? He was in a trance when he had sex with Eve.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, basically he was drunk.
Yeah, kind.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are born today because somebody was drunk. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to take that back. You that's a sin. You committed a sin. You committed incest. Okay. You know what I mean? That's why those two babies came about. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so my question was going to be that did he sin or did the daughter sin?
They both sinned.
They'll still be judged.
No, they both sinned.
Okay.
They both sinned. You know what I mean? He sinned because he couldn't control himself, and they sinned because they manipulated their father into having sex with them. You know what I'm saying? So they both was wrong. Abraham was wrong for having sex with Hagar, and Lot was wrong for having sex with his daughters. Go ahead. Nazak, can you see me one more time?
Okay.
Go ahead. I got you. What's the brother name? Nathan. I got you. Go ahead.
So why did Moses get a heathen woman?
Moses?
Right.
Moses was not in the truth. You get what I'm saying? He was a brother who was waking up to the truth. You feel me? So when he got to where he got to, remember he left the land of Egypt and he went, I forget how many miles he left to, and he met that woman. You know what I mean? Like she took care of him. He ribbed her. Feel me? But like he wasn't in the truth. He wasn't in the truth yet.
Right. But if I could, sir.
Go ahead.
I'm talking about the other woman, the Ethiopian.
That's the one I'm talking about.
They're the same?
Who?
Remember he had a woman,
the
Midianites.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Midianites, I believe, are like a group of Ishmaelites.
Yeah.
And then later on,
he had Hagar. Not Hagar. You're talking about Moses, right?
Moses.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he had the Ethiopian woman when he left. And when did he get the Midianite woman?
The Midianite was when he first left. That's the one who threw the
water
skins at him and said, "You bloody man."
Okay, so when was the other one then?
The other one was like in Numbers 12.
And who was she? The Ethiopian one?
It just says Ethiopian.
Was her father who? Jethro? How you know she was a heathen?
Yeah, Zipporah. Yeah, one's Zipporah and then one says Ethiopian one.
Oh, so you're saying there's one that was Ethiopian, one that was a Midianite.
Right.
Okay, I'm almost positive that Midianite was an Israelite.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she grew up in that town. If he was in the truth at that time, he wouldn't have dealt with a heathen.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So like that Midianite woman, definitely she was called a Midianite, but she definitely probably was an Israelite. Like I think that's like 90% correct. But I can double check it though. Go ahead.
Because remember when
is she after the first one though?
She's after the first.
So yeah, she's an Israelite.
The Ethiopian.
No. The Ethiopian's an Ethiopian. The one with Jethro, her father was Jethro. That's a heathen. Okay. The Midianite one, the one after?
The Ethiopian is after.
So so they're both heathens then.
Okay.
When he fled from after he killed those the officers, the Egyptian officers. Mm-hmm. So he got a second wife, you're saying? So
when he first fled, he got with Jethro's daughter, Zipporah.
Got you.
That was a Midianite. And
that wasn't the Ethiopian.
To my understanding, lied.
Okay, go ahead.
And then because the Midianites and the Ethiopians are different.
Got you.
Then in when they're traveling around the wilderness, spying on different locations. Is he
walking with God at this point?
Yeah, that kind of kind.
Okay.
That's why I was but that's when my question is when Miriam spoke up, I think Aaron and Miriam spoke up against it, like the Lord checked them.
Yeah, he did. They did.
And Miriam got smoked with leprosy.
Right.
Like, why?
Maybe because the Lord was with him and they wasn't with them. He had a bigger mission. But I had to find out one of them was an Israelite though. Lahab, you got it?
I got the one you time on Numbers 12:1.
Go ahead, read it.
Numbers 12:1, and Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Had he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it.
Yeah, I know that part. But he's saying they're both heathens. Right? No, he had multiple, but it was one. I knew one was for sure before the truth. I had to come back to that one. But let's just say they both heathens, right?
Right.
The Lord batted an eye at it.
Okay. Right.
I would, if it is true.
Right.
I would say the Lord batted an eye at it, but there definitely was a judgment for it.
Right.
You feel me? That judgment is not always death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it didn't. The Bible doesn't specify what the judgment was, but of course they had to argue about Moses' body being buried. That could have been a judgment. That could have been his weakness at the end. It could have been whatever. But I would say that the Lord was with him still, even if they was a heathen and not. Now, I'm not saying you can deal with heathens in the truth, but the Lord, everyone's not the same, But I would have to clarify that. All right. Where we at? Let's get Ezekiel 9:1 for the brother. Did someone have their hand up? Good to go. Ezekiel 9:1. Let's go.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 1. He cried also in my ear with a loud voice, saying, because them that they have charged over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
Hold on. Hey, Trooper, if you can give me what's your question on this? Hold on. He said, who is the man with the writer's ink horn? I can break down. Who is the man with the writer's ink horn? Can you give me to that part where he says the man with the writer's ink horn? General said that the Lord punished them because you gotta put some specificity on that. He punished who? Oh, yes, that's correct. He punished them. He punished the brother and the sister because the Lord is with Moses. Absolutely, that's correct. Can you give me to that part where it says the ink horn?
This verse 2, sir.
All right, okay, go. Start from 1. Start from 1. Yeah, 1.
He cried also in my ear with a loud voice, saying, because them that have charged over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. Verse 2. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughtered weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the present altar. Verse 3. And the glory of the God of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was, and the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. Verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations.
I got you. Perfect. I got your answer. So the people with the writer's ink are the angels. Y'all understand that, right? Anyone who sighs, the one that sighs and cries are talking about us. You know what I mean? So just like how you get the mark of the beast, you get the mark of the Lord. So that people that is a metaphor for angels, meaning they marked us who serve the Most High. So the writer's inkhorn brothers or men were the angels of God. All right, good to go. Any other questions in the room? All right, solid. All right, let's go to second Esdras. Excuse me, 1 second. Isaiah 7:14. I'm gonna take 2 more and then I'm gonna get onto the topic.
There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 7, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel.
Right. This is talking about Christ in the Old Testament. That's it. You understand that, right? It's talking about Christ in the Old Testament. Christ was all over the Old Testament, and then when he came to in the New Testament, people were appalled and people were crazy when they found out who he was because of the works he did, not because of how he looked. I understand. All right. Revelation 7:4. Salakia, is this people talking about the 144,000? Okay, I got you. All right. So Revelation 7:4 real quick. Read 4 and then drop the 9.
There's the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Right. So the 144,000 is who? That one?
The 12 tribes of Israel.
The 12 tribes of Israel. Which is going to do what?
They're going to be the governing body in
right.
the kingdom of heaven.
They're going to be the governing body in the kingdom of heaven. Now drop to verse 9. Yaquan.
Verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues. Perfect.
This is talking about the 1/3. When it says all nations, of course, we came out of all nations. Y'all understand that? Give me Acts 2 and 22 real quick. Acts 2 and 21. Let's go to 22. Just to give you a precept on this real quick. All right.
Book of Acts, chapter 2 and 21.
Yep.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Right. Whosoever shall come on the name, call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Go ahead.
Verse 22. Ye men of Israel.
Ye men of Israel. Go ahead.
Hear these words.
So like it stop, drop right there. Give me Acts 10 and 34, where it says all nations. Go ahead.
Out of precept.
For which one?
Verse 7 and 9.
Isaiah 7 and 9.
Revelation.
Okay, hold that real quick. Let me get the one where it says it came out of all nations.
34,
Is it 34? Let me hear it.
Then Peter opened his mouth.
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Come on. The book of Acts chapter 10 and 34.
Mm-hmm.
Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons.
Yeah, always understand that. Right? What does it mean to be a respecter of persons? The Lord doesn't look at you for what you are. He looks at you for what you do. You understand? He doesn't care about your status vainly. Only cares about what you do in His name and on the Most High's name. You understand? So always know that respect their persons is not about status. It's a status in vainness. It's about status in spiritual wealth to the Most High. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 35. But in every nation.
But in what nation?
Every nation.
This was important for the Christians because they think we come out of all nations, which is not true. Because if you read, what's that? First what? Timothy, First Timothy and First James, right? And James 1:1, they talk about we coming out of all nations scattered abroad. We bring these things out because people need to know this. When you hear all nations, it's not talking about everybody. It's talking about the nations that we came out of because of our bondage to those people that are oppressing us. Hold on 1 second, Lahab. Go ahead.
Come on. But in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him.
Right. He that feareth him and worketh righteousness. Who's the people that can fear God? Only you. How do you know that you can fear God? Because in Psalms, it says that the laws were only given to you, right? Psalms 147, the laws is given to you and you only. That's how you can fear God. You can't fear God if you're not given a law. That's why we could talk about Cornelius being what? An Israelite, because he feared God. You understand? So now let me get your precept for 7 and 9. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Commodore.
I was going to say 36.
Go ahead, 36. We need that. We need that. Go ahead.
The word which God sent unto the children of Israel.
Unto who?
The children of Israel.
But wait a second, Commodore. Why didn't he tell everybody? Didn't he say all nations? Right. So now the Bible is very specific on who it's talking to all the time. He understands that you came out of all nations because you did. That's why you were called Gentiles, right? You had to change and live your life. I tell this in my Gentile breakdown all the time. Who are we? We are Gentiles. We all thought we were something else until we found out who we actually were. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's very important to read the books that Paul laid down, because a lot of that is talking about the same thing we going through. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. Is that it? Is that it?
No, there's more.
Yeah, 36. Finish 36 off.
Preaching peace. It's like a preaching peace by Yahawashi Mashiach.
Perfect.
He is Lord of all.
Perfect. Lahab, go ahead.
So I had Deuteronomy 20:64.
20 and what?
28:64.
28 and 64. Hold that. Give me Isaiah 7:9. That precept you wanted, that one.
Oh, Revelation 7 and 9.
Yeah.
I was just going to bring a precept for where it says a great multitude. How people say the great multitude is all nations, kindred, people. How that's everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
2nd Ezra 3 and 16. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau.
Hold on, that's an excellent precept. Where you at?
2nd Ezra 3 and 16.
2nd Ezra 3 and 16. Y'all want to put this in? Go ahead. Read from the top.
Come on. And unto Isaac, and unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau.
Hold on, real quick, just to add to what you said. In where's that precept where it said, "In Isaac shall thy seed be called"? In Romans, right?
Right. So
that's another one you want to put in there if you want to rewind this. Look, just Google "In Isaac shall thy seed be called" for this precept. Go ahead.
And as for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude.
Jacob became what?
A great multitude.
A what?
Great multitude.
Perfect. Because and even in Deuteronomy, excuse me, not Deuteronomy, in Exodus, they talked about the mixed multitudes, right?
Right.
And the mixed multitude is not talking about heathens. It's always talking about Israelites. Those multitudes were brothers and sisters who did not believe. Y'all understand?
Right.
Lahab, go ahead. Give me Deuteronomy 20:64.
Deuteronomy 20:64. The Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
One more time. He shall what to you?
Shall scatter thee among all people.
So you is going to be scattered across the face of the earth in every nation. Y'all understand this, right? Even in John, give me John 7:35 right quick, Lahab. You get so like it's somebody else. You keep reading that. The water trooper, Romans 9:7, where Isaac shall she be called. Perfect.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Perfect. From one end of the earth even into the other, right? So now we go read about these people that we were in other nations that we were in. It's always talking about you, Israel, right? Always talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It does not. The Bible is about exclusion. You understand? The Bible is holy. It's not about including everybody. It's always about putting you specifically where you are. Because at one time you were a Chinese Israelite. At one time you were a African Israelite. Well, I say African first because your citizenship was saying you're of this country. Excuse me, Africa as a continent. You were a Ghanaian Israelite. You get what I'm saying? At one time, you was in East Africa and North Africa and West Africa. You know what I mean? West Africa is where we come from, right? So now you say when I say come from, that's where we ran into. I gotta be specific. They cut people. They cut the videos up now. That one, they chop it up and they try to cut you for some stuff you ain't say. So now we ran into West Africa, right? First, after the onslaught of the Romans. So we went there to hide amongst people who was not our people, and they rounded us up and sold us. You wonder why we say the hell with Africans? Because Africans are not God's people, and they specifically know that because they apologize for their part of slavery. Right. So now we talk about these nations. The brother just read you in Deuteronomy 28:64. He read about how the Lord had a curse said by Moses. What will happen to us if we didn't obey the words of Moses that was given to him from God? What will happen to us? We will be scattered amongst all nations. So now we'll read John 7:35. Read that for me.
John chapter 7, verse 35. It said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go? That we shall not find him.
Mm-hmm.
Will he go unto the
disperse
among the Gentiles?
Will he what? Will he go? Will he go into who? Where?
Disperse among the Gentiles.
He's going to go into the disperse amongst the Gentiles. Those people were dispersed all amongst the Gentiles. You understand? Where was Christ going to go? Where was he going to teach? To disperse amongst the Gentiles? Because we were dispersed all over the place. Why did Paul send men into Antioch and Cyprus and these other different countries? Because we was there. You understand? He knew that there were some brothers there. You know what I mean? Listen, the Lord will find you wherever you at. There's love. If the Lord loves you, He's gonna find you. Trust me. Sometimes the Lord, it's some brothers in some cities that the Lord won't send to. You know what I'm saying? There's probably some brothers in Montana right now. I ain't heard a peep out of Montana. You get what I mean? The Lord ain't dealing with Montana. Not right now, at least. You know what I'm saying? But man, he sent us brothers in Southern California, Northern California. You know what I mean? Arizona and Vegas, brothers that the Most High loves. That's why we there. That's why we went into that city. The Lord wants you in them cities. You get what I'm saying? Those major black cities. He wants Chicago. He wants you in New York and Texas and Houston and Dallas and Louisiana and Florida. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina. Like all these places, the Lord is that's what the Lord loves, brothers. In the UK, right? But if there's not a man in your city, I would suggest you move from that city and find some love. You get what I'm saying? Find some love. What's the scripture? If two or more are gathered in my name, yeah. If two, you need at least two. At least two, right? All right, give me more. Where we at? You got a question?
Didn't he say one of a city, two of a family?
You probably right. One of a city, two of a family. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's how it could be right. But two. You need that. But what's that scripture where it says you need a 3/4 string? Right? You know what I'm talking about? Ecclesiastes. Go ahead, Laha.
Like that what would be like time period, like one was like Northern Kingdom. From the Northern Kingdom being like going to captivity from the Syria.
Yeah.
To Christ. What's that time period?
One more time. I can't hear you.
Like the time period from Christ to the northern kingdom going into captivity into Syria.
Whew, man, you're talking about kings. So you're talking. I can't tell you the years. I can't tell you the year, but I can't tell you the year. But it's a long time. It's definitely a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's why you call it the prodigal son.
The reason I'm asking, so like when they say going to the Gentiles, we talking about just brothers that
No. How do we know that? Because there was a sister who was from the tribe of Asher. Remember? When Christ had damn it, she was a widow. Remember that? You know what I'm talking about, right? She was a widow, a Asherite. She was a sister, beautiful sister, and she got married and her husband died and she stayed a widow. And then she was still in Jerusalem, right? Before they encompassed it, she was there, and then even when they encompassed it, she was still there. But they brought her up for a reason, and that reason was because not every brother who was of that descent shipped off. You get what I'm saying? That's why some of them say some accounts you get to 9.5 tribes, right? There was a lot of them that did not go. Yeah, I'm assuming it was the ones who was married to the Southern Kingdom people. You know what I'm saying? Like I would assume it was that. Right, you feel me? So you have that. You get what I'm saying? But more than anything, that we are the same. You know what I'm saying? We definitely are the same. And you'll recognize it in our spirit. You'll recognize it in who we are. We come together all the time. Even in our evilness, we come together. Go ahead, Kamada.
I was going to say, recently I remember General Hyman was breaking down that some of the other tribes, other than the tribes that were in the northern kingdom, like Judah and Benjamin, Levi, like some of the other tribes lived in Jerusalem. And that's what you have where sometimes that encompasses, when you say Jews, is also speaking about all 12 tribes.
Yeah.
They also lived in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
They were keeping the laws.
That's what makes you a Jew. You know what I mean? Not by tribe, but by citizenship. Kingdom, or kingdom. There you go. Like where you lived. You get what I'm saying? You didn't have to live in these places, but we had our lands. So like even if you was an Ephraimite that lived in a Judite city or Judite land, you was that. You get what I'm saying? Brother might ask you, like, what are you? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, Most High Christ. You know? Give me 2nd Esdras 2:42. Someone, you got a hand up over here? And there was Anna and prophetess. Perfect. This brother, this your bro on it, man. This your bro. That's the one I'm talking about right there. Luke 2:36. Who got 2nd Esdras 2:42? Go ahead, that one.
So when Christ said, I go to the dispersed, when they said about Christ, will he go to the dispersed among the Gentiles?
Yeah.
And teach the Gentiles? I will bring that out to show there are two different types of Gentiles.
Absolutely.
Okay. You
got to bring it out because Gentiles, you want me to look it up real quick? You know what it is, right?
Right.
So you look up Gentiles. Let me get it for the class at least. Hold on 1 second.
And if I could,
I'm trying to look up G. Hold on, let me do my alphabets.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is. I got it. Hold on 1 second. Gentiles, right? Go keep going.
So when Christ said in John 10, he said, "Other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must get." Was he talking about specifically the tribes that were scattered? Like in that case,
you got to put up precept for me. Let me read Gentiles for you real quick, right? Okay. Gentiles. Hold on 1 second. Gentiles. Nation being the usual translation. Hold on, that ain't it. What definition we use?
Greek and Hellenist.
No, I know, but I'm not seeing it. It might be this next page. Oh yeah, hold on. Everything all right? Go ahead, read it for me. That won't find Gentiles for me. The definition we use right here.
Oh, come.
It's right here. You got your Bible dictionary?
Oh, you got it coming up.
Look it up for me, Kamada. Go ahead, top one.
John 10:16.
Uh-huh.
And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
So Christians, of course, will use that to say, see, there are people outside of Israel that Christ must bring, but he was talking about the brothers and sisters Peter and them eventually went to go get.
Yeah, and it's ironic that it's John.
Huh?
It's just ironic that it's John. It's John. You saying it's John, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's just ironic that it's John. He was in the right spirit at this time. You know what I mean? But he was ultimately, did the wrong thing. But yes, is that what you're going to say, or?
Oh no, sir.
But you hear it? You understand what I'm saying, or no?
No, it's like.
No, go ahead. Read it again. This is John, right?
No, it's Christ.
Oh, okay. Slack it. My bad. I thought it was John.
Okay.
Well, why'd you bring up John? Oh, it's in John. Slack it. My bad. Good night. I'm read. My bad. This is in red.
Right.
Okay. Slack it. Read it.
Come. St. John 10:16.
Mm-hmm.
And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
And that's what Christ. That's what Commander YAHANNA was talking about. You feel me? Bringing all nations. I mean, it's like all camps together. There's some brothers that might be in that zone, and you know how I know that's true, because they left there and came here. You feel me? They left that group and came here. That's what that's talking about. Straight up. Anyone who leaves another group and comes to the U.P.K, that's what Christ was talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some. It ain't gonna be all of them, but it's a few of them that's gonna leave there and come here. All right. Go ahead. You got Gentiles for me?
Okay, sir.
Go ahead.
So it says some Gentiles, page 307 in the Zandervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. It says sometimes Goy refers to Israel. And then it says Goy usually means a non-Israelite people.
Oh, what?
Non-Israelite people.
Hey, get a trooper in here. The trooper said, hey, the trooper in the chat, he said, I left. Hey, Quadash left. Should get it. Hey, Quadash, you feel me? Prison officer. Hold on, that one. Hey, so like, damn, I forgot about that one. La, no, I'm playing. Hey, dude, I'm just playing. But usually it means one more time. You read it again. That part.
Usually, Goy usually means a non-Israelite people.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you go a little bit down, it says Hellenists, Greeks is translated Gentiles.
Perfect.
So it depends on if it's what does it say, ethnos or Laos?
Perfect.
The Greek word.
That's solid. Give me 2nd Ezra 2:42 real quick. I'm about to end it in 5 minutes. I gotta go to this couple precepts real quick. Who got it?
So what was it?
2nd Ezra 2:42.
I got it. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 42.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I think Hamadal left too. Get Hamadal in. I think you was in some group before. Yeah. You don't want to claim it. All right, no sweat. My bad. I'm just trying to cap up everybody. All y'all cats that left from other group, man. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 2 and 42.
Mm-hmm.
I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people.
Go ahead.
Whom I could not number.
Mm-hmm.
And they all praised the Lord with songs.
Go ahead.
And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature.
Oh, that's it. We read that earlier, right? But this is what you want for we didn't read from 43, read it for 42. So you read 42. This talks about that multitude that praise the Most High too, all right? And then I'm about to wrap it up real quick. So this is what y'all want to put in your preaching. This is for July 4th. Exodus 32 and 17, Leviticus 18 and 21. You want to put those two in your preaching. That's literally a July 4th, talking about taking away the noise of this, the noisome sounds of this fake war. All right. With that, I'm gonna pass the class of preach over to Officer Karatazar.
Exodus 32:17.
You want security announcement, sir?
Yeah, you security.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, get a treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Memorial of the blowing of trumpets, October 2nd.
The memorial of blowing of the trumpets on October 2nd. Remind Akim Akwatium to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boot, shirt, pants, headband, or war scarf. With that, we'll give one courtesy salute to the teacher, man of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak.
Yabashim.
With that, Yashmatah, class dismissed.
Y'all just some fake Israelite groups, man. Sorry.